Hey there, boys, girls, and squirrels. My name is Modstab, and welcome back to... I'm so mature. Redoing that. Hey there, boys, girls, and squirrels. My name is Modstab. My voice cracked again. What a beautiful day. Welcome back to the Minecraft My House Let's Build. So, in today's episode, we have things to do and people to see, you know, making things happen. So we got the main kitchen taken care of, you know, that's the most important building in the room in the house, you know. Yeah. Why did I make that voice of all voices? We have this awkward staircase going on up here, but what I think is going to be next is we're going to build the living room. Now, one thing that I want to do first is rearrange my inventory so we have the right blocks. So let's go ahead and do that. Sometimes it's just I get easily distracted because I have other builds on my mind. It's definitely acacia based when it comes to the blocks, but we are going to need some carpet. We're going to need some white carpet. And that's what we're going to start with for now. So we're going to do the living room, or at least that's my hopes today. Let's go ahead and get these guys in here. Golden. All right. So we're going to go ahead and lay out the floor for the living room. Now, the sizing is, like I said in the first couple episodes of this, is totally wonkers. It's off basis on many accounts because you can't be super accurate, especially at this particular scale. So we're just going to go ahead and get this squared away. Now, what I want to do here is, let's see what we got going here. I'm going to figure out how big I want this to be. I feel like this would be a reasonable size. I don't know. We'll give it a shot. But essentially what we're going to do is fill out this area. I'm going to decide whether that's the correct size that we're looking for. And I will see you guys when we return. All right, friends and family. We have returned. I have plopped down the carpet. Now, I don't know. I'm not quite sure if this is the right width or not, but it's definitely wider than what I anticipated it being as far as that's concerned. Because if I were to just fly above, this looks like the correct rough estimate on length in regards to that. So we're gonna go with it, okay? We're just gonna live the dream, and we're gonna keep building. And worst case scenario, I'll have to clear it off, but you know what? I'm not too worried about that. So it is what it is. But we're gonna go ahead and frame this in, at least on this side, because what we have on the back portion over here is a little fireplace. Now, one thing I forgot is I do have to make all these walls white. So that is a touch awkward. You know what? We may have to forego the white walls. I'm not sure, but we'll do our best. We'll do our best. Maybe, I don't know. I can't exactly make it one wider, can I? I'll figure it out when I get there, okay? We'll figure it out when we get there. I'm thinking I might have to just go ahead and bite the bullet and then just make everything a little bit less, I guess, wide. So all the entryways over here and stuff are going to be a little bit more narrow because we're going to have white concrete. I hope this doesn't butcher everything as far as the scale is concerned, but I think we're just going to have to live with it, because we're going to have to go 2 walls deep. Honestly, I didn't plan. It doesn't... So it doesn't necessarily hurt anything. Let me turn my heater off because it's super hot in here. Yes, it's still that time of year in Wisconsin where weather fluctuates, excuse me. So we do need to place these white walls here, make it too thick because, well, as much as I hate to, it's the only thing that will actually make sense because I want my walls and everything to be the correct color. Speaking of, yeah, our walls in this particular room are still white. Now, the only thing that makes me a little nervous is how I'm going to take care of the crawl spaces in our building. Hello. Thank you. As well as the scaling downstairs might not necessarily reflect how it's going to work in the scaling upstairs in Minecraft. So as I get to that second level, I am a little bit nervous on how that looks, but I am definitely excited because it's a cool adventure and quite a test of my building skills. So let's see what we got here. What do we have here? Yeah, this all makes sense because, well, it makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and fill this in because it is a small little walkway, essentially. Now, not all of this is carpet as far as it relates to my actual building, but I just decided to fill it because if you guys haven't been following the big giant building over there, which, by the way, is starting to come together quite nicely, I did do world edit. Now, I'm not a master of it, but I do have world edit, which means I can fill some of these things. And I've messed up already on this one by doing the wrong commands. But I'm able to fill larger areas like this, generally speaking, a lot faster. So I can focus a lot more tasking on the actual beautiness of the awesomeness of the beautiful things. You know, because holy moly, that was cringy. Anyways, let's make a window because we have a giant window here. Now, once again, it's not going to relate to the proper size in regards to Minecraft as it does in real life, but we're just gonna go for it because the ceiling has already been set, the die has been cast, and I like it. I think it works. I think it works. Now we're gonna go ahead and come along here, just to make sure it looks as good as I can make it look. Yeah. Now, I know it's not perfect in regards to the actual build itself as far as that is concerned, as far as height is concerned. Now, one thing I want to try to do is left-click here. Now, I'm going to try to see if I can make the dreams happen. Set white con... Is it... Create. Okay, so it can't augment. It can only do white, and by white it only does the beautiful wool blocks. So all of this is actually going to have to be done by hand. Yay! So I'm going to fill this up, and I will get back to you guys when we are done. And we are back. I have the ceiling filled with the assistance of no world edit, at least until I get better at it. But I kind of want to figure out these windows because we have, let me see, fences. Now they're a little bit of a darker wood. So we're going to try spruce because it's not quite as dark as dark oak. The irony there, right? But we have like little segments of this window that have like little wooden pillars. And I don't remember the exact amount, but I want to say there were roughly this kind of spacing. I don't know. We have one that's slightly wider than the other. Maybe we can move it. No, because that would make this one lopsided. I don't know. We'll go with that route. Let's see. Glass. All right. We're gonna once again stick with the light blue because I like how it looks. Now, how will this relate? Can we? Dang it! I was hoping so. All right, what do we got? All right, I was hoping so much that these would come together and look beautiful, but I think we might be cursed. Oops. Oh my Lanta. What a bummer. What a bummer. Anyways, so how these windows work is these guys all have like little latches. And what happens is if you were to look at it from a top-down perspective, kind of they latch here. And when you unlatch them, they fold out and slide behind each other. That way you actually have exposure to the screen door, which lets the breeze blow, which is absolutely beautiful and gorgeous and wonderful. Let me see. I know if we put this down, they'll fill up. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Now, I might replace those with spruce now that I think about it. Oh, speak of the... Nope. Speak of the... Where's my spruce? You know what? We're going to go ahead and just do a... To add some texture, we're going to do a spruce logarinos. All right. Yeah. I think it adds enough text. It adds a little bit more texture for us to make it a little nicer. And I think what we'll do to make it look a little nicer so that it kind of matches, because it's pretty much the same length across the board, is we'll just put another one there. That's pretty darn close. I think technically it would inlay a little further over in real life and it wouldn't go quite as far, but that's life. That is so life. Now let's see here. So we have this segment here. Well, that would make it really, really narrow. Oh no. We might have to do some modification, guys, because there is a... We'll narrow this space up. We'll narrow this space up by 1 full block. The reason I want to do this is because, yeah, we'll leave that. You know what? Let's do this. Just gonna pull that guy down here. Yeah, we're just gonna live the dream. We're just gonna fill this back up real quick while I'm thinking about it. The thing I can get rid of is that white carpet because we're actually not using it. There we go. It'll still create light, and I think, yeah, we're gonna go for it. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Now that's definitely not how the light actually looks in my real house, but we're just gonna go for it. Now, the part that makes me a little nervous is putting this in here, because we, technically speaking, have like a really small entrance. I shouldn't say small, but we have a smaller entrance. We might get away with it. We're going to try to get away with it. That way we don't have to deform the entirety of this house. But we have this little kind of hallway here that leads to the master bedroom as well as the bathroom. So I wanted to be able to build it in a way that made sense dimension-wise without totally destroying the scaling of the house. I'm a little nervous, if you guys can't tell. So this is going to look really, really, really absurdly long. But that's the only way I could fit that type of window in the scaling of the house for it to make sense, at least in Minecraft. So this is definitely a little bit longer than it feels in real life. I feel like just doing an exterior would have been a better idea. But the interesting thing... Let me go ahead and get a handful of these guys in here. Yeah, we're just going to plop the brick in. And since I'm not going to be using this, we'll get rid of that guy. But we actually have a little fireplace here. Now, what I want to do is get the wall taken care of. Now, just like previously, we have a little bit darker texture going on here. We're going to go ahead and fill the wall up, because we have like this kind of texturing going on here. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to do a there you are. We're gonna have to do one of these guys, and for the time being I'm gonna put it over the trapdoor. We're just gonna put a handful of them down, that way I can kind of see what's going on. I want to run downstairs really quick, actually, that way I can see exactly how this looks and I can come back with a more accurate representation for you guys. This is actually an interesting, wait, let me make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, that looks good. That's actually, that means this is dead center, which is absolutely perfect. Now, this guy's, it's a little interesting, once again, to be in the scaling of Minecraft. Okay. We're going to have to inlay this into the wall a little bit, at least on the bottom. I've totally messed the scaling up so unbelievably hard as it stands, because technically we would want it to be up yay tall. The scaling of this looks absurd. Oh no. Oh no, I have totally ruinified it. Oh, so I'm sorry, Rue, I'm sorry. Dang it. Let's put a coal. Wait, I wonder, can this block actually... We're going to get rid of that wool. But can this block... Alright, let's... So what I'm going to do here is, okay, we're going to do something a little risky. We're going to surround this. And then let's go to concrete. I'm going to get the black concrete. We're going to put it in place of the blocks because, well, frankly, I won't be able to use those blocks. But there is a black kind of, oops. There is a black, essentially, feel to this guy because it kind of recesses back. So what I want to do here is see if we can't make a actual, like, functioning fireplace. That's my goal. Now, I did take the top off, and that's my bad. But in actuality, I think we should have gone one taller. Yeah, that's something I do regret, because we should have gone one taller, and it would have made everything make more sense, because we have 369, but we have it technically at 10 feet. That's the weirdness of Minecraft scale. So each of these blocks, at least to my understanding, is supposed to be like 3'3". So this would put you right at an average 10-foot ceiling, which our house is, but the scaling of Minecraft is horrible. Okay, now that we have that established, we're going to see if I can actually get that working as a fireplace. Now, at least for us, we actually can't get it working because that was part of the deal that we signed as far as, oh yes, it can happen. That's part of the deal we signed being renters in this particular house, is we agreed to not get this fireplace up and running, which is a dirty, dirty shame because it's such a beautiful little fireplace. Now in real life, we actually have a decent amount. We probably have well, 3 feet, which would be 1 block, because we have a larger picture there and things like that, which is actually make me sad. Okay, so maybe it won't light up forever, which is probably a good thing to have in a fireplace. But we have that squared away. Now what I want to get taken care of is we have, let's see. I think quartz makes the most sense because we actually have a white couch on this backside. And we're going to use quartz to simplify that. There we go. We'll go ahead and do that because, well, it makes sense. And what we'll do is we'll end it here like such. And I actually want to go ahead and put one down here. Now I need to do quartz slabs. Although this is not quite how that couch looks in real life. It's the closest I can get in Minecraft. All right, let's do, whoopsies. Let's see. So we need more stairs. Now this particular stair, now we want to do whoa, wrong button. Slabarinos. So we're going to do sandstone for this particular couch. Mostly because, boop. There we go. Because that's the closest I can get to yellow. It's actually a really nice yellow couch that actually helps brighten up this room so unbelievably much. Let's get rid of you and you. And I think what I'm going to do is actually put coal. Do I have? No. I'm going to get rid of you. Oopsies. Coal. So we're going to try to actually put a block of coal down in there. Because I think this should burn forever. Worst case scenario, I put the netherrack in, honestly. But I just want it to look black-ish. Because that's a little bit more realistic to how it looks in real life. Or at least as close as I can get. Look at that small amount of lighting. What a bummerino. Oh, it's catching my house on fire! On fire! Oh! No, stop! Stop, you're gonna catch everything on fire! No! Oh my gosh! And that is why our landlord... Why did it catch on fire? Oh my gosh! Stop! 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 Stop. Oh my gosh. Stop. Holy crap. Holy crap. Okay. Well. That is why our landlord... Mother flower. That's absurd. That is so absurd. That is why our landlord did not want that being a thing. But I thought I had that encased. We're just going to fill it up with wool because why not? Oh my Lanta. Okay, I thought we had it encased, but apparently not. So what we're going to do is we're just going to... Alright, so that was much more awkward than I anticipated. So we're gonna do this. So we're gonna get rid of these as it pertains to this fireplace, because we're gonna try to entrance that. I don't know. I think concrete was able to catch fire, apparently. I don't know how it works. I don't live the life of a poor, sad Devin. Alright. So, we need to completely encase this, which means we're going to have a really, really, really thick wall here. But I think we're going to make up for it by our house not burning down. Oh, maybe that was the problem here, is I didn't quite put a slab thick enough. Alright, so this thing has become dramatically deformed, but it should be safer. Keyword being should. Alright, so now we're going to catch this thing on fire. We're going to hope that it's encased enough to not literally destroy the entirety of my work. I cannot believe that legitimately happened. Alright. Well, talk about irony. We're just talking. Hey, did I say you could? What the flower? Stop! Why are you catching fire? I'm so confused. Why is it catching fire? All right, nope, we're done. I'm over it. I'm over it, team. We're ignoring the fire ambiance, okay? It's not actually going to be able to catch on fire anymore because I'm over it. I'm done. I'm so done with this. So here's what we're going to do, you little savage creature. All right. All right. Just imagine for the love of everything that is fire. Okay. Golden. That means we're going to be able to shorten it up a little bit, which I think will be great. Now let me get those slabs back out here. I can't believe it. That's so silly. That's just so unbelievably silly. Anyways, I think we're going to inlay it there because, frankly, that looks a little bit more accurate. It's a very, very thin fireplace. Like, we're talking from the front, like, right here. Like, probably a half slab. If there was a way for me to do a half slab vertically here, that would be absolutely perfect for how the actual fireplace looks. Now, one thing I want to try to do is get this guy upside down. Golden. Yeah, I know it's not perfect, but it's as good as we're going to get. There's actually, on top here, we have like a very, very thin, like maybe 2-inch slab of wood across the very tippy top of that we can actually use for a shelf, and it doesn't catch fire in real life. Oh, he's so frustrating me. Okay, we're done. Now I need to figure out how we're going to do a table. Now the catch here is it's just a little tiny baby table. And once again, it's about the same shade as the planking back here. So I might try to see if there's something we can do with spruce. I don't think there's any way for me to do like a half block of anything. Carpet. Let's try brown carpet here. So, what? It has to have something on it. What if we did string? Let's see if we can make that happen. So, it's a very narrow looking thing. Does that work? I know we'd have to put legs on the corners here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Golden. All right, so we need, we'll just do some, actually, we'll do some end rods. Not because this is accurate to the actual color, but because, as you can tell, they produce a lot of light, which makes this look a lot better. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. All right, now the last... Do we have an end table here? No, but we have a cajon. What can I use to symbolize a cajon? It's about this. Actually, here we go. We're going to do stripped birch. Why? Because that's close. That's right. And we do carpet. We're going to do black carpet on this guy because it has like a little black pad on top for you to sit your booty on. It's one of those like cajones that you use as like a hand drum, essentially. That's about as close as I can get to it. So we're going to live the dream. And then over here, which is the one that's the most daunting, I don't know how I'm going to do it. But we have a piano. Now let me look through some of these blocks real quick and see if I can't find a way to make the most convincing piano that we can get our hands on. Now I know this isn't a perfect piano, but once again, scale has limited me. So what we did is we have a stair and blocks, which are, you guessed it, spruce. Why? Because that color scheme is apparently really popular in our house. But what I decided to do was put ender rods to create light, and then we actually have daylight sensors, which, what is it? We can turn them all blue or we can turn them all white. I don't know. That's about as close of a representation of a piano I could get. It's one of those like, I don't know if they're called like quarter size or mini pianos or whatever they are. It's got the full set of keys, but it's not very deep. So it fits kind of in this little nook, even a little nicer than this makes it look. But I couldn't figure out a good way to put a stool down, so we ignored that. Now, one sec. One thing I want to take care of next is the puppy cage, also known as the kennel. Now we actually just moved this. Let's see, does that make sense? No. So we're gonna have to do one of these things. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay, so we're gonna have to actually move it way further over than I thought we were going to have to. Oopsies. Now, the one thing I want to keep in mind here is, once again, scale is everything. So we're gonna put the cage here, not because I think that this is where it looks like in real life, but because this is the closest representation I can get in Minecraft. Now, I don't like how that's stuck there though. It bothers me. So we're gonna make it smaller than it actually is in efforts to make it look a little bit more accurate as far as sizing is concerned. Let's go out to here. Let's do that. Now, instead of these red carpets, I'm going to do red wool because I think it's going to lend itself a little bit better. So the reason I'm doing this red is because we actually have a Kong, what are they called? They're like a little mat, essentially. Yeah, we're just going to do it here, and I know it's going to hang out a little bit, but I think it looks a little nicer. It's what's called like a Kong mat, and it's very dense and it's hard. That way when your dog like claws at the bottom when she's being playful or being a little troll, it doesn't get too crazy. That's horrible. I'm trying to find a good way to make a topper for this, essentially. But I think we're going to keep in mind that the cage actually has a top to it, where our little baby Roo doesn't escape. Because that was also another part of our contract, was actually keeping that locked into place while we were gone. That way, in case they had to come in and do repairs and things like that, the doggy wasn't running around getting in their way and being a crazy attack dog, as she really isn't. She's too cute and cuddly for that. But that was part of the contract that we signed. Now, a couple things that I want to get taken care of here real quick is we have a end stand, which I'm going to put there. We also have a small little shelving system that we have going on here as well. And I'm just going to put one of you down that... Whoa. Bonkers. I don't know. We'll figure that out. And then we actually have a little, you guessed it, probably spruce. Why? Because spruce, it just makes the most sense. We actually have this little tote. I want to separate it from the wall a little bit. So I think what we're going to use is dark oak. Oh, I have an idea. Where's that stripped? We're going to use stripped dark oak because I think it'll add a nice amount of little texture for us. Then we could put like a little brown carpet. All right, right on top of it. Yeah, we actually, what we have here, I can't really simulate it in Minecraft here, but we have like a couple guitars kind of sitting up here leaning against the wall, just making it look nice and pretty in here. And then over here, we don't have really anything. And then we have like a little tiny shelf. We're just going to do that because limitations are real. Yeah, and if we did that, it wouldn't make sense. So we're going to live without it. There is technically no lights in this room, no ceiling lights or anything, so I'm not going to add that, but we are going to use these ender rods to our advantage. So anywho, we have a little end table or an end stand here. And we have 2 chairs right next to each other. Now the real challenge is making these chairs work because they are not, they have like the 4 little tiny legs on them, and you can't really do that in this scale. So we're gonna explore a little bit, try to figure out what we can do with seating and chairs, and then we will be right back for you guys. And one more jump cut down, but we have returned. So what I decided to try to do to keep the scale as close as possible, knowing that it's not going to be perfect with what I'm doing, is we went ahead and put a upside down stair to kind of symbolize the actual chair itself, and we put just banners on all 3 sides here to symbolize like the color scheme or color palette of the chair. Now this one isn't particularly accurate, but it's as close as I could get to that color slab. And then we just put one hanging up in the back. Now I know there's this gap here, and that's going to drive a lot of people nuts. It's driving me nuts because I don't know if there's any particular way that I can adjust that would make sense, at least that I can think of. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Anyways, but this keeps it as accurate as it possibly can get. Now, I can't, because I didn't do half slabs, I can't just put this guy down. For instance, like, what is it? Pot. I was thinking of doing something like this for lighting, because you can put a pot on top, and it looks kind of like a lamp. But I can't do that here because they're not half slabs. And I thought it was a little bit better to do something that looked a little nicer rather than putting the artistic flair on there, so to speak, because we can always deal with that. Now that being said, this whole section, although it isn't a actually, I have an idea. Slab. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and once again, as you guys can tell, spruce slabs because we have a very standardized color. Now, how this looks in real life is it's actually got a little bit of a cutout inside of it, so that you can actually plant things. So to symbolize that, I can't do that because they're not half slabs. What a bummer. And there's no way I'll be able to take out a full slab. Yeah, we're just gonna have to leave it like that as is because, well, it's just how life is gonna be. But anyways, we have like a little option to plant plants in there. We have our piano, we have our little doggy kennel, our kin for Ruru. Our cajon, we got a white couch, a yellow couch. I can tell colors. I graduated. A white couch. Our beautiful little kind of table here. It's just like a little, what are those called? Like a coffee table is what I've always referred to them as, but maybe they're, I don't know, breakfast table. I don't know what they're actually called. It's not quite that tall. It's about knee high on me, and I'm about 5'8", so if that puts in perspective, it's like maybe 3 feet tall tops. And we have this guy here, which is actually a multi-tiered shelf system, but I would have to be able to make multiple shelves within one block space in Minecraft. This guy's pretty accurate. It's actually a tote where we keep all our blankets or pillows. Fireplace, because... Okay, I'm done. Anyways, I can't believe that thing started catching on fire. And then we have our end table and our chairs. And wow, this Minecraft is really loud. But that is the, that's the living room. So we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. Thank you guys so much for joining me in today's episode of Minecraft. I really do appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. And once again, if there's any tricks or tips on like small scale buildings that you guys can think of, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below, because there is no way, okay, I don't care how much you ask, I am not doing my house in that scale just to get the furniture accurate. Pain in my butt, especially when I'm not super familiar with World Edit and how to make all the things happen. So we're gonna get over it, but I like that the walls are white because that's an accurate representation. Yeah, but that's what it is. I'm getting a little rambly here because I'm just excited. It's really cool to experience your build, your house in Minecraft, and kind of see it slowly come together. I think although there's a couple scale things I have issues with, I think this is probably the most accurate depiction of all the rooms. Now I know over here, this is pretty accurate. Like, it's fairly close, and we got some things going on that are slightly different there, but this I think is a little bit more accurate to how the spacing works. Got a little bit of legroom here, a little bit of legroom here with the cajon and whatnot, the fireplace. So the spacing of this, although scale isn't quite right, the spacing of this is way more accurate. And I love this piano. It's beautiful. Yeah, I play piano. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me in today's episode of the English is hard sometimes. Thank you so much for joining me in the Minecraft My House build series, as it's been a blast to try to put things in a smaller scale from real life into the Minecraft universe. Oh, man, this outro is so rambly. I apologize. But I love you guys. Remember, liking, commenting, and subscribing are all great tools for you to get in touch with me. Let me know what you liked, didn't like, and what you want to see next. Now, remember, the closer we get to that 100, the closer you get to your free giveaway. I'll leave it at that because I've rambled about it too much and far too long, especially in this episode. I love you guys, and we will see you next time. Toodles.